What is up, you guys? Today we are going to be playing some Tower of Hell, Pro Tower of Hell. We're going to be talking about consequences. A lot of consequences which happen in it, and the only things that people who play Tower of Hell would understand. When you feel really down and you just decide to go onto Tower of Hell, and you're like, oh, I can't. Hold on, no. I said that totally wrong. You decide to go on Tower of Misery. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is literally so easy. Like, I make this in literally 2 minutes. It's supposed to take me like an hour or so. Or this will be really boring. And then, like, you're deciding, like, okay, well, maybe that means I'm ready for Tower of Hell. So you go on to Tower of Hell. And then you're like, yay, I'm ready. And you complete your first tower. Yay. But then, you do this 100 more times. But then, nothing happens. Little old you gets really mad because nothing happens. You can't even do the first level after one. Just after one tower, you can't do all the other levels. And then, like a year after all that jolly stuff, you decide to go back to Tower of Misery. Once you're back in Tower of Misery, everything is really hard suddenly. Just really, really suddenly. It's just gone really, really hard. There's no new levels, it's the same. And you just realise that something was not right. That there was just something about this all which was just not okay. So you get good at Tower of Misery again, and you complete like 4 towers of Tower of Hell. And then, I don't know if this is, but then it happens again. You can't do it. You're like, oh my God, I can't do this. Then you decide. Then only people in Tower of Hell know that have it. What you do after this? Do you know? I'm pretty sure you guessed it. You decide to go into Pro Tower of Hell. You realise how many stages there are, and you try going. Like your parents or your uncle or your aunt or your supervisor, your adult supervising person, they decide that they're going to call you down for lunch. And you're like, okay, 1 second. Then you start going again, and you realise that the time is really low, and there is a lot to do in it. And you're like, oh, well, I better get to hurry. So you start to get a hurry on. And then you just realise that this is way too hard. Like you're like, oh my God, this Tower of Hell game is just so rigged. And then you realise how many stages there is. You go to the gates suspecting something and realise, oh, of course, it's the gate which leads you back to normal Tower of Hell. That means you're in Pro Tower of Hell. And, like, that has happened to me for so long now. And another thing which has is that I just kept going into so many servers, and when I didn't like one of the servers, I would always just leave the game and then press play again. And then it just led me to a different one, a new one. I mean, I got really frustrated though, because every time I went in it, in a new server, every time, there was always this person. These like 2, 3, 4 people. They're like a gang, and they're like a GC/group chat, and they were like, "Oh my god, stop saying that! Don't do that!" When they weren't even. I bet they weren't even in an argument before I was there, and then they decided. There's a new girl's joining. Let's prank her. So they they all there's one girl who does that, and then she's like, "Stop being so mean to me. You're literally such a bully." And then I'm like, "Huh?" And then they're all like, "What? I'm not. I hate you so much." Like, and that's where the argument starts. And then like at the end, the other girls don't realise that it was just for me, and that they just argued so that I would just leave the server, so that their other friend could get in. And they don't realise that, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you made us look so bad there." And then so they like kicked her from the group chat. Like, I bet that happens with so many people. Like, I bet. Like, these arguments which happen on Tower of Hell and on Pre-Tower of Hell, they just gotta stop, like, a lot, because they just don't make sense. Who knows what it's about? They're like, "Oh my gosh, I want the more Robux than you because I want some more. So let's start an argument because there's a new girl here in the server." So they decide, well, let us prank this girlie. One girl decides that. And all the others are like, "Why are you being so mean to us? You're making us look all embarrassed." And they, like, I swear that happened to me before. These people they just got in a fight with me about, like, honestly, what was it about? It was like, hold on. Let me think what it was about. Oh, right. So it was about that they had lots and lots of Robux, and that they could do whatever they want, and that they were amazing. And I was like, "Yeah, you're amazing, but you can't really do whatever you want." And they're like, "Oh my god, you offended me. Now quit Roblox, you such a noob." I was just like, that's something how it started. Like, it always starts with something like that. And that's how something like mine started with. It was always the first person who just started to speak. Like, there's nobody speaking when you join. Nobody speaks for like half an hour. Then somebody joins and they start to speak. And then they start to offend you somehow. And then you're just like, "Huh? The heck?" And then they just go like, "Oh my god, stop acting. This girl is like such a bully. Like, stop acting out. Like, it's not funny. Stop acting out, mate." And then you just start to roast them. Like, "You probably look like Peppa Pig. Your character even looks like Dora the Explorer." And then they go like, "Ugh." They're winning the roast thingy. The roast competition, which was not a competition, but of course they wanted attention. And these people are called attention seekers. They are so mean. They'd do anything for attention. And by anything, I mean anything. They would hack. They would do anything, really. They would even ban, they would kick, they would bully, like anything for just attention. because they're seeking for attention. That's why they call them attention seekers. I've had a lot of friends like this. And they always brag about everything they do. They're like, so this teacher so all the teachers like the people who are like really smart and who don't bully. So this has happened to me many times. So there's always this one girl in your class who does every little thing. And then she's like, okay, now that I'm really good behaving, I'm at the max words. I already had like 10 writing books, like 10 maths books, 10 English books, 10 handwriting books, 10 reading books, 10 million, trillion, godzillion words I'm reading. They're like, yep, I know, I was counting because I'm amazing at counting. But no, just no. This happens on Roblox so many times to me. And everybody is always just like, oh, well, just quit Tower of Hell. Sorry, moment of silence. I forgot what the name of Tower of Hell was. They were like, just quit already. We all know you're really bad and that you're really mean. And I'm just staring at them, being like, okay, yeah, I totally am. Let's just not forget the bit which I know how to be sarcastic and they don't. Like, they try to be really, like, perfect for the teachers so that they would only believe them. And then when, if they have, like, one paper cut, like, the teachers go crazy and they call in a whole lot of ambulance. They call like 10,000 ambulance just for that one paper cut. Has that ever happened to you? Like, there's always this one thing in Roblox, which is like a scam. And then, which was like, they scammed you for like, I don't know, a hamburger or a lemonade or something. And you were like, oh my gosh. And they were like, and you scammed them for like a lemonade. And they were like, oh my god. And they like called the Roblox. They called the people of Adopt Me. Like literally friended them and then texted them. And then called them and hacked into their account. And then they called them. And then they were like, okay, I just got scammed for, I just got scammed. And then they're like, on the case. And then you're like, yeah, I didn't have the monies to feed my pet. I'm really new to this game. Because you sometimes are to games. And they're like, oh, okay, so how did you scam this girl? And you're like, oh, well, I just thought it would be okay if I would get a lemonade. I didn't say it was unbalanced or anything. And the guy is like, oh, well, didn't it say that it was unbalanced? And we were both like, no, it just said processing trade. And then the bragger runs away, as far as possible. Literally as far as possible. But then, when you have a bragging classmate, it's the worst. Is it just me, or do we all have bragging classmates? Like there's like this, always this one person in every single class who's like always going to the teacher saying like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I am so confident. I can't believe it. I really can't. I can't believe how good I was in maths today. I can't believe how good words I got in English. I can't believe of how I made a book. Like you, and then like years after that, you're like really shy, so you don't say anything about it. But then it was actually your book who she asked if she could work with, and then your teacher's like, oh, so she's working with you now, and they're like, yes, yeah, and I'm like, excuse me in my head, but I really didn't say anything. Guys, I think I can't make it this pro Tower of Hell. I think I might have to end it. Also, yes, I do have the 4 oxes. We do give out 4 oxes to one person, so please start commenting. And yeah, have fun trying to beat Pro Tower of Hell. And you're amazing if you can already beat them. Stay gamers. Bye. Oh, wait. The Roblox giveaway is still on. Did I already say that? Oh well. Bye.